everybody, and welcome back to Cobblemon Recubed, where today I have finally found a solution to our power problems. Took a lot of off-screen work, but I finally figured something out. Let me patch up the house real quick. So it doesn't need that hole in the ceiling right now. Gonna require a whole crap load of other stuff, but one thing's for sure, it's definitely gonna take a minute. So we first need an alloy forge, which means we need that was 4, not 3 iron plates. So iron, hammer, kaboom. We also need 2 ferni. I'm not gonna steal croissants, so we're gonna make a couple here. And we need bricks. How much clay do we have? Okay, we do have clay. 44, that would turn into about 11 blocks. So let's get 3 blocks of clay right here. Toss in some coal. Take a little bit of coal out of here. I'm not exactly sure what the recipe for steel is, but I know we need this to get the hardened machine frame to get steel. And we also need iron rods. Again, not exactly sure how to get that. Let me check my Book of Infinite Wisdom here. Resources. Okay, well, here we go. That doesn't give me much help. Okay. Used to craft plates, used to craft wires, mold presser. Okay. Alloy furnace, here we go. Outputs and consumed fuels can be extracted from all sides. Fuel can be inserted from the top. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Not too helpful there, but you know what? We're getting somewhere, I think. I'm halfway tempted. Where was the wiki? Here we go. I'm just gonna really quickly open this in another page so I can deal with this. Come on. Alright, well, it's not too helpful. So, I'm going to close that down real quick, head back to here, and hope that this brickage is done soon. No, I think that actually paused the game. Lovely. So, there's a stray that's hanging out over there. I'd also like to make a weapon to deal with them. How much iron do we have? Enough. I'm going to make myself a quick iron blade. Actually, we have an iron blade. It was just put in storage, so I'm guessing Croissant's not gonna want it. I'll just really quickly take care of this stray so we can get back to harvesting our stuff. Okay, see ya. Get out of here. Alright. Now, let's harvest these while that's a-cooking. Nice, we got a sapling. Or a sprout. Alright. Pick all these up. Alright. Getting a lot more apricorns at the ready for when Croissant gets back. We can hopefully make some more Ultra Balls pretty soon. But fairly soon we're going to be moving base over to that new spot that Croissant found. Because, yeah, it actually looks really cool. And I'm already imagining some really cool base design ideas. So, let's pick up the rest of these. Alright. A couple more there. And we got another sprout. Hell yeah. Alright. But before we cut down these trees, I'm probably going to try to get some shears to start trying to get some more of the leaves. Where did I put... There we go. Because if we can get some more of the leaves, then we can go in and make a just really big room filled with... Just filled with the apricorns. And what what that was all about. But let's make some brick blocks. So now we got an alloy furnace. Chuck it down. I'm guessing we put for steel, I'm guessing it's charcoal and iron? Where's my book? This really isn't helping. Resources. It can be crafted with that. Can be burned to charcoal. Fertilizers can make plant growth faster. Ore dust can be smelted into ingots. Charcoal dust into filters. Just in an alloy furnace and the induction. Yeah. Okay, well, you are absolutely no good. Entranced gold ingots used for some advanced machines. Lovely. How do you craft these? Great. This is gonna suck, isn't it? Let's get some coal out. How much coal do we have? Not a lot, probably. Alright, we've got 6 here, so if we put iron and coal. Okay, editor me cut for a second. I need to figure out what the hell's going on. After a long bout of trying to figure this the hell out, it's 3 coal per 1 iron. Which means we just barely have enough to make 2 ingots. Which is... where was it? There you go. Hardened machine frame, which is exactly what we need. We also need gears and rods. How the hell do we get the gears and rods? Whatever, that's another problem for a little later. Right now, what do I want to use? Charcoal. Alright. Nope. There. Finally, we have something moving. Alright. So that's steel. Oh, it's an alpaca. I thought that was some sort of weird Pokemon. Alright. I knew I needed to go on a mining trip today. I just wasn't sure it was going to be this fast. Because our next stop is a lot of blocks of iron. This is really paining my wallet. But let's check back here for a second. I need to figure out how the heck to get the rods. Okay. Apparently we need a metal press. And then the molds. So, metal press. Presses molds can be traded in a press mold. Oh my god. We need so much steel for this too. What the hell? Okay. Press mold maker. Press mold maker. Where was that? Auto press mold maker. There's the compressor. Filtration plant. Is it auto press mold maker? And the press mold maker. I'm so confused. Uncharger, charging station, drain, charger, fluid tanks. Okay. Mold maker. Here we go. Press mold maker, and we need gear and rod molds, and then they can be smelted. So, you need a lot of bricks, smooth stone, and a shovel? What the hell? What is these recipes? Okay, whatever. We just need to focus on getting this done. First of all, For this, we need even more bricks. Damn it. Okay. Time to go on a mining mission. Let's try to find a good cave to go mining in. Was there any good caves around? There's Meyerville over there. Maybe I can check for caves around our new house. And there's a little bit of a cave here. It's not going anywhere, but hey, it's a cool little cave. Maybe it'll head somewhere. Nope, it exits right here. Alright, good to know. There's another little chasm here that I can check into. Okay, this one looks like it's going somewhere. Directly to a zombie, but hey, it's somewhere. Alright, a lot more zombies down here. Yep. Hiya. You guys want to try falling down with your friendo there? Excuse me, or does that say that there's a creeper behind me? On my mini-map up there. Oh, there's one there. Alright. So we've got a freaking mirror maze here. Hi there. I don't like that one of them just dropped a carrot and I can't pick it up because of this damn creeper. Alright, got that one down. This one's coming my way. Ow. Oh, and there's another. Hi. Ouch. Okay. We do have carrots now, though. That is a good boon. Hi there. Ow. Damn the ice. It's so hard to just turn back. Alright. Why is there so many creepers down here? I'll lose my armor at this rate. There's a spider somewhere too. Alright, and this is as far as it goes. Okay. Let's head out back to Fisher Hut to sleep the night. Because we need a lot more coal. So, let's check. There's a cave around the Cherry Grove biome. Out where I found Grover. I think this is the spot. No, it was a little to the side. Ooh, emerald. Hi there. Alright, that's copper. But there's some coal. That is one of the things that I am desperately in need of today. And there's a Gimme Ghoul tower over there. I might be able to raid that. Yeah, I think I can do that. Alright, I need to not eat this. Let's head in here and see if there's any good loot other than the Gimme Ghoul coins. Alright, I'm not off to a great start. Let's just pile our way up. Give me some of that. Alright. Head up here. Hi there. Possibly Gimme Ghoul. Nope, you are just a chest. Filled with a bunch of stuff. A normal gem, a link cable, some rare candies, and a psychic gem. Hell yeah. Alright. That's about it on this floor, but if I go ahead and pile up to here, or not up to here, one more layer down. Right, there we go. And nothing on this layer, right? Nothing. Oh, almost missed that. Alright. Hello there, the roof. Ah, yes, bricks galore. I need more. Alright. Nice bell to ring, and a Gimme Ghoul that is really high level, actually. Level 23. Okay, you do a lot more damage than I do, buddy. I think I can try to catch you. Let's see how good Ember does. Not. Alright. I am going to run, actually. Head all the way back down the tower. Alright. Let's go, Torchic. Time's a-wastin'. We've got coal to find. Alright. Come on back here. Got some stone here. There's some coal. Alright. That is some very nice coal. And, alright. Now, I need to find that cave again. So. Nope. Alright. Thought there was going to be a little cave down there. Hello, dearling. Alright. Rapidash, correct? I think that's Rapidash. To the Rapidasher Ponyta. Alright. So let's... Where was that cave? I know it was on the side of this mountain somewhere. There's a small savanna biome over here, it looks like. Alright. I don't think this was the place. But it might be a good place to find some more caves. So I don't have a lot of coal. Ooh, alright, here's the cave. Alright. What is in here? Cherry Grove. Now we're inside the fungal caves. Huh. Okay then. All I see is the complete lack of coal in here. Oh wait, no, there's some coal up there past the lava. A little bit of coal right there next to the lava. But I am not going to be risking my life for that small amount of coal. Ow. Alright, fine. Anything this way? There might be, yep, some coal deposit right here. Alright. Good, good, good. We need a lot of this. Because we need at least 6 blocks of steel. Not 6 blocks, 6 ingots of steel. Alright. Now, there's a little bit more here. So let's snag it while we can. And then I'll probably head back with all this. And try to figure out what do next. Alright. That's a good amount of coal for now. So let's head back to the Fisher Hut and try to make 2, 3, 2, 3. That's 2. So we'd have 4 there. So about 12 would get us to what we need. There you go. Alright. Inventories are getting way too full nowadays. No. Why is there chicken in here? Who put chicken in the chest there? Oh, chicken goes in there, so does the carrot. Alright. Redstone in here. We got too much redstone. This one lonely copper, I can smelt it. Although it'd probably be better to put a bunch of copper in. Alright. Bunch of copper in there. Got some steel a-brewing in here. We're gonna need some clay, which we have a bit of there and there. We need, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of bricks. That is okay. And then we need a shovel. Just any shovel. Alright, we got one. And then smooth stone, which is stone that's smelted twice. So, there isn't being used. Alright, let's just get this here. Put a little bit of that in there. Alright, gunpowder, snow, glass pane. The relic gold goes in here. So does the powder. The gems. And I think we're good for now on that. Just getting a little bit of space open. I am extremely hungry. Let us go and try to get some food here. Alright. That's enough for one loaf of bread. And a small potato salad. Alright. We are good for now, at least. I can make one loaf of bread. Alright. Ran just out of coal power. Alright. Definitely doesn't help that I used so much coal when trying to make the stuff for the housework. Alright, let's get that going. Alright. Need that last piece of steel real quick. And then I need wires and gears. Both made out of iron, right? And the basic machine frame. We already have one of those. Never mind. Does that keep going off? Huh. I don't know. Let's snag this. Make our mold presser. Alright. Then I need clay. Requires 4. 9? Okay. Let's do this. We need this and this. Please tell me these are not single-use game. And then we need a metal press, which is so expensive. And another basic machine frame. Oh my god. Okay. Let's get these smelted up. Put these back in here. So we need more iron, copper, and silicon blocks to make 2 basic machine frames. Alright. Metal press, I still need 3 blocks of iron. Wow, that is expensive as hell. Let's try to turn as much of these into ingots as I can. You are done. So you go in. Press mold. Indubitably, I'll just set this here for now because I am running around like a chicken right now. Alright. Toss the wheat into there. Turns out we have a little bit more. That is amazing. I'm going to be starving eventually. So we have enough. I just need a piston, which is wood, stone, redstone. Correct? Let's turn one of these into planks. Oh no, it was it was redstone, stone, harvest moon, and iron. Alright, so we need a piston. Check. Boom, done there. Metal press, check. Boom, done. Please don't require power. You require power, damn it. It's the middle of the night. At least I have some solar panels that I can rely on for this. I'm not going to worry about the harvest moon right now. None of our plants are growing. So we'll just get to bed. Alright. So we need to get the metal press loaded and charged. Here we go. We'll put it right here for now. And I need the gear mold to check. And I need 2 iron gears, correct? 2 iron gears and 2 iron rods. So 2 gears, 2 rods. I'm going to assume that they are going to require more than 1 iron. How much you needing? 1? Work with 1? No. Oh, wait. Does it only do sheets? This is going to make things so much more annoying. Do you work with the sheets? Yes, you do. Alright. How many for a rod? Hopefully it's only 1. Come on. Finish it off. Okay, it makes 2 rods. Thank goodness. Is that the durability, really? Whatever, we got what we needed there. How much for a gear? Is it... We need more, of course. But we're getting what we need to get done. Okay, it's 2 for 1 gear, I'm assuming, right? So I'll get to making another one so we can use the gear mold again here in a sec. Alright, let that charge all the way back up. Get another gear going. That is enough to make the hardened machine frame. Thank goodness. We're at least making some progress here. Alright. 2 iron gears. That's enough to make... do I have the silicon on me? No, I don't. Dump the remedy in there. Dump that in there. Sizzlipede, Growlithe, and Paris? That's so random. Okay, whatever. Hardened machine frame. No, I don't have my steel ingots. Where the hell did I put those? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I did use 2. Or I did use 4 for that. Alright. Hardened machine frame. We're making progress. All it took was 36 minutes. Now we need a coal engine. We have that. A fluid tank. We can make that. The small fluid tanks are just iron plates. Which means I need 6 of those in there. Boom, boom, done. And the glass panes. I'm going to toss that in there. That is enough to make 1 small fluid tank. For the thermal generator, we need also my coal engine. Not like I'm going to be using this anytime soon. Dump the glass in there before I accidentally use any of it. What was the last things? Blocks of copper, that's right. I think we have enough? No. Alright, where's the rest of the copper that I put in? There we go. Alright, let's finish with this recipe here. Make this, grab that. That's enough for... Nope, we need 2 more. Not how I meant to put that, but hey, that works. Alright. Now, we should have enough for the thermal generator. Thank you. Okay. Now that we're actually cooking with some grease fire here, let's dump that in here for now. Because we also need drains, which are super expensive. Why is a drain so expensive of all things? But we have just enough iron blocks to make literally everything we need. Never mind, we need 1 more iron block and a few more sheets. So, back to the mines with me, I guess. Okay, this can go in the other chest for now. This is why we need the storage system working. Okay. So now... trying to find out if there's any good place to store some items. Sorry, Croissant. I just need some extra inventory space. Alright. I'm gonna make myself some bread. And then let's get back out there. So we're gonna look out for iron this time. With my nearly broken everything, I should probably make myself a weapon before I go. Got a couple of iron. Where did I put all my coal? There, there's 6 coal in there. Toss that in there. Okay. Head out to the mines. Let's head to Meyerville and see if there's any good caves around here. Excuse me. There's a big... Actually, isn't that the Grove biome, or is that a different one? No, this one's different. I can see... Oh, hello there. Alrighty. Good start to a cave. Alright. Let's get down here, get all this iron. Is there a villager down here? There is a villager down here. Hi there, friendo. Sorry to see you in a place like this. just trying to get some materials. Alright. It's a nice big vein of coal, too. Alright. And all that. Hiya. I need this iron, because I need enough for one more full block, which is about 9 total. And then I need the extra 3 for the sheets. Alright. This is a really bad place to be digging like this, but I need to be moving fast. If I can get that iron over here, that'd be very nice. Alright, where was that iron? There's some there. There's a lot down there. Alright. Let's snag all this. Why is it the caves are like this when nobody else is around, but when I'm actually looking for stuff, you know, with other people, it's just empty? Maybe they got to the caves before me. But either way, we've got what we need and a lot of extra, which is wonderful. Got some extra gold, because we will be needing gold in some of this project as well. Getting this lapis is just going to be good for experience points. Alright. There's some iron down here and a creeper that is steadily walking my way. Alright. Yeah, you have fun over there. Alright. I didn't need more gunpowder in my inventory anyways. Alright. Start taking all this stuff out. Looks like we're going to have well over enough for what we're going to need for right now. Then we can store all of our items and be ready to rock and roll for when Croissant gets back and we can... Whoa, hello there. And we can move our house over. What is this? A lot of diamonds, that's what. Alright, let me get over here, because I'd love to get some of those diamonds. Alright, right through here. Alright. Yeah, this will drop me down a bit. No? Alright, good. And I could probably get around this edge. Alright. Get down here. Okay. Ooh, redstone. We'll need a bit of that as well. Alright. Snag a bunch of this. I should probably be holding my torches, huh? Alright. And then head straight down. Snag some of this iron along the way. There's a zombie in that cave back there, and I doubt it's going to let me get through if I break that last block. Alright. So what's going on down here? It says we're in the andesite cave still, which I doubt I'm in. This looks really cool down here. Oh. Whatever it is, it's... Oh, hello there. I was going to say it's done now, because the biome's just really small. Alright. Pick up all this iron. Still got a good inventory open, so let's take a peek around. Or not. There's a nice cave section back here. Maybe? I don't really know. I can't see back there. Alright. Let's check around in here. Any good ores? Any good... anything want to show up? Actually, I need some of this. Alright. Come with me so I can grow some of the tumblestones. Grab some of this good redstone ore. Alright. This ought to be good for now. Let's head back to the Fisher's Hut and try to get everything worked out. So, iron, coal in there. That'll give us hopefully enough iron to do all that I need to with it. Which is make a tank, a second one, make a drain, and then make some golden fluid pipes to get the stuff moving. I'd like to make an extra medium tank This holds 32 buckets, so it probably wouldn't hurt to have an extra 32 buckets of lava on hand. Alright. So that's the extra block that I needed. And so this, plus this, what else did I need for, what was I making again? Ah, yes, the drain. So I need glass, which we have. I need iron blocks, check. I needed the iron grate, iron bars, there we go. And then 3 ingots turned into plates. That should get us the drain. There we go. Took me a second there to remember what I was building. Alright. We got a drain, and this is actually where I bring in the fact that I forgot to do this. Rule lava source conversion true. Oh. You failed to finish the Rowlet outbreak in time? I wasn't doing a Rowlet outbreak. But, okay. That poor Fennekin just died before my very eyes, though. Alright. That one's not done, but this one is. Pick up some of these. There's another one. Alright. I don't think I've actually registered Bluffin in my Pokedex, have I? Alright. Let's pick up all these. And the yellow ones. Once we start moving house, we'll probably plant the rest of the colors over there in the other house area. We'll probably have like a wall of apricorns, so that we can just pluck them when we need them. Probably. Alright. So let's put all this away. And so now that we have the drain, we're going to need a bunch of these to make a lot more of these fluid tanks. And then I need a lot more coal and stuff to make the steel. Because I need 6 things of steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is 1, 2, 3. That should be enough to make enough of the steel to make this. But don't know whether or not we're gonna have enough coal to actually make all of it. So, nope, damn it. Alright. And there you go. Alright, that should make enough steel that I can make a medium fluid tank. And I need to make everything else. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need about that many into plates. Shunk. Alright. And I think I've got enough glass panes still? Where are the glass panes? Where did I put them? Did I set them over here? Yes, I did. Alright. So that should make us 3 fluid tanks. And then once these are done, we can make it into 1 medium tank. And then I still need to make a wrench. How do I make this? Easy. Alright. Where are those nuggets I didn't use? Actually, we have the perfect amount of nuggets left. Alright. Get that made. Alright. And so now, while we're waiting for this, I'm also going to need a few buckets of lava. So, I'm going to get at least 3 at the ready. So, let's go and pick up some lava. One was at Cherry Grove. I know we can grab the one from the wall that was there. This one was probably just across the way. Because I can't remember where exactly it was in relation to the TP. Oh, there's a bee drill. Nice. Alright. Yep, there it is. Alright. And some coal. Don't mind if I do. My pickaxe is about to break, though. How many? One. Okay. I'll save that one durability, and maybe I can repair it. I mean, we do have a mending villager already. So, you never know what can happen. So let's get over here and try to collect this lava. I'll head up this way. Alright, mine. Thank you. I'll get rid of the smooth basalt. And... I don't know, I probably should have put away some stuff before I left. But our next lava is... Wait, wasn't there? Is that lava over there? I think there was some out by the fossil tree. Was the... Yeah, there's the ruined nether portal. Not too far from here. I think it's just north. So, we can get the stuff from there easy. If I didn't drain it all. I think I did drain a good portion of it, but not all of it. Because if we can get all three, put down the drain, and get the pumps working, we have thermal power. And that is enough power to power the generator, or to power the controller, which will allow us to probably get our stuff moved into the storage disks. Are you shining? No, you're just at a weird angle. Alright. So, hello there, Onkelone. Let's grab the lava if there's any left. There's probably at least a little. Yeah. Alright, there's one. Thought I saw something flying. I'm going to toss all those in there to make room for the last one. Alright. So now that we have all that, let's head out to the Fisher Hut and get our storage set up. Because we need to make a small little zone for it for now. This might ruin this area a little bit, but it's fine because we're moving out. So, I need to get the gold pipes first. I just realized I forgot about that. Alright. Gold pipes. You in there. Oh wait, we've already got a good chunk of gold. So we need 3 of that, and a bunch of those. These. 2 plates. And then plates to pipes. Alright. Put that away. So, I'm going to make a quick basin for us to put all of our lava-related needs out of this nice cobbled deep slate. So I'm going to make this here. And I'm going to put the drain right here. This is going to pick up all of the lava from above. So, if we go ahead, I need a pickaxe, because I don't want to break my my lovely pickaxe. Sorry, basket, I'm going to need to use a little bit more of your storage there. Alright, just nice iron pickaxe, completely unenchanted in storage. So, let's dig this up. There we go. Have a nice meal. Alright. And then up here is where we get to put our actual basin for holding the lava. So now we need to make a nice lava puddle here. I am almost out of this cobbled deep slate. Really? Okay. I thought it was a cool block for this. I'll just fill in the last block with blackstone there. So, need to put down all 3 buckets of lava. And this, oh no, this there, and then that starts to fill it out. Alright, so this one over here, and that'll fill out this gap right here. There we go. Alright. So now we have lava production. Should be right here. Alright. Actually, I could probably take some of this blackstone right here. Or set some of this cobbled deep slate and replace the blackstone. This is probably going to be a semi-permanent installation, honestly. Alright. Plop that down. Go to bed real quick because it is sunset and I don't want things to be shooting me while I'm trying to figure this out. Come on. There we go. Alright. So now that we have the lava, we are almost done with this because the steel should be ready and I can make a large tank. Or, not large, a medium tank. There we go. Medium tank. So, we'll put that about here. And then there, and wrench this. Okay. I need up. There we go. So I'll extract from there into here. And this will fill up with 32 buckets of lava. Because it will keep filling and restoring that. I also realized I don't need these little edge pieces. Alright. So this is going to fill this up with lava. Completely free of power needed. So now we route this into a thermal generator. Which is again completely devoid of power needed. Where did I put it? There. And this thermal generator is going to generate just enough power to keep our stuff going. And we need the south side. There you go. South side. Extraction into there. That's generating power. And now we can put down our storage device right here. And then I can go on ahead and push all of our crap into a disk and we can move house. Next episode, of course. So, let's grid, disk, controller, disk. I'll grab this capacity up too, just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Alright, this upgrade, you get this, and this, you get charged by this. Alright. Disk drive grid. This is using 20 energy a tick. And we are a go. So now it's using a good amount of energy per tick, but this should be permanent. So now we can just toss all of this crap into here and never worry about it again. Wow, that's already nearly 20% of the storage right there. Okay. We might need a bigger disk, actually. Let me take all this out. How much for another disk? Because, don't recall how much it is for another disk that is hopefully bigger. 4K storage part, we need 3 1Ks, which require a lot of silicon. Alright, well, quartz burning it is. We'll put that there. So, we need to make 3 1K parts, which needs a lot of glass. Unfortunately, this system is getting extremely expensive. But once it's done, we will hopefully have a livable system that me and Croissant can store our crap in as needed. Alright, make a bunch of that. Get some of that. I just realized this can be blast furnace it again, so I'm going to let that one finish. And I'm going to check the recipe again. Alright. looks like we have all the stuff that we're gonna need. You and you up to here. Alright, got the gold, toss that in there. I could probably try to compress the gold and iron and stuff into blocks for easy storage. Alright. So we need 3 1Ks. We are missing the redstone. Luckily, I got a crap load of it. So, 1K storage part. We can make 2. And 1 more. What are we missing? The silicon, of course. Okay. Put the stone and stuff in there. This is finally finishing up the beginning of this project, and then we can go ahead and start moving everything over. Alright. There's all the silicon we need to make another 1K piece. And then for the 4K piece, let me find this again. Okay. We need a bunch of these processors, which means we need a little bit more of the binding. Sorry again, Croissant. I need to remember who I've got in my world with me, even when they're not here. Alright, so we need redstone, iron. What else did we need? Redstone, iron, and more silicon. Jeez. Alright, we need 4 of these, right? Yeah, 4 of them. Alright. And there you go. And then 4 of those to make these processors. There we go. Cook those as soon as possible. 'Cause I just need to finish this, because this is already a 50-minute video. And I am losing my mind trying to figure all this out. But at least now we have a system that works and permanently works. It isn't, solar power that goes away during the night. And then we can finally store all of our crap, and we will be able to move house. I could probably try compressing some stuff too. Lapis blocks would be good to compress, but let's go ahead, do the upgrade to the 4K part, then upgrade the 1K to the 4K. Oh, it left behind a 1K part, because that's what we had in there. Alright. So now, we get 4,000 items of storage, and I can add an extra 1K in there with the extra stuff we've got. So we can transport about 5,000 worth of items. Alright. So we got redstone. I think we've got everything to actually do the transport, don't we? Nope. Missing redstone bits. Alright. Use you to there. Alright. So that is 1 1K disc and 1 4K disc. Let's just toss everything I've randomly got in my inventory here. See how much this fills. Alright. Nope, I want my Pokedex back. But the cutter and hammer can just go in there for now. That is 4%. Alright. I'll get all of this loaded, and that'll probably be off camera. So, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Cobblemon Recubed. Next episode, we're probably going to be heading over to the new base. And yeah, hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody!